Let me give you a warm welcome in today's lesson where I'm going to be showing you what we call a challenge. So this is a speaking challenge that is going to support you and help you be able to speak English well, where you will be able to speak confidently and without being stuck. So the purpose of this challenge is to help you speak English for 5 minutes without stopping, hesitating, or translating in your head. This will train your brain to think in English, and it will increase your fluency and build a confidence, and it will also remove a fear of public speaking. So let's see why speaking non-stop really works and why is it really important. So when you talk continuously, your brain switches from translating mode to thinking directly in English. This reduces the fear of making mistakes because your focus now becomes expressing ideas, not perfection. It also forces you to use vocabulary, to connect ideas, improvise what is that you were talking about, and manage silence in a natural way because you are silent and think what is that you're going to speak next, and you speak like native speakers. Yeah. So here there are techniques that will help you to speak confidently and fluently. I want you to pay attention to this technique. So here we have technique one. This technique one is 4 second long. So here I'm telling you that you don't have to pause more than 3 to 4 seconds. If you do not know the exact word, replace it or describe it. For example, you're going to talk about any vocabulary and you don't know this vocabulary. Instead of just keeping quiet for more than 4 seconds, just replace that word with another word, which is a synonym. Or you cannot use the synonym, but you can describe the other word you wanted to say. You can say, I forgot the word, but it's like when then you describe the other word you wanted to say. Or you can say the way that thing you wanted to speak looks like. For example, you can say it's something similar to, then you speak something which is similar to the other one that you wanted to speak. But don't stop. Don't stop. Or you can tell them, oh, just let me explain it in another way. Then you explain the way that may help them to understand what is that you want to tell them. But don't stop. If you don't know the vocabulary, explain the vocabulary or give similarity. Or if you don't give similarity, just talk about how it looked like. Technique number two, speak in thought units. Instead of just speaking word by word, speak in chunks or groups of ideas. For example, you can say there are two types, or you can say, in my opinion, I think. Then you speak in that way. Then you talk about your opinion. So you can say the reason why I believe this is because. Then you go on and talk. Or you can say one thing I've noticed is that. One thing I realized. One thing that I know is. So whenever they give you a speech, instead of just starting like abruptly without having a way to start, you can start by saying, in my opinion, I think, or you can say, one thing that I've noticed, or one thing I've realized, one thing you should know, one thing that I know. Then you go in that way without really asking yourself, okay, I'm going to be talking a lot of things. No, just focus on one point, then speak on that point. If you go to another point, speak on the other point, but using these thought units. This will help you. If you divide your speech into chunks, it will be helpful to you. So the technique number 3, just use connectors to say phrase. So connectors keep you talking without stopping. Examples, you can say, first of all, however, even though, actually, there are more. They are just conjunctions. You can say, personally, I know, to be honest. Another reason is uh, the most important reason why. This is why. So those are the connectors. You can use them and they really work well. Then another technique 4, just use story structure. So when you use story structure in your speech, it will really be helpful to you to connect those ideas in a way that will be helpful to you so that you don't forget what is that you want to say. You can start by the beginning, speak about the problem that happened, action that was taken when that problem happened, result and lesson learned. So you can speak in that way and organize your ideas in that way. So this gives you you are speaking a direction, a clear direction, so that you never run out of ideas. So when you use that strategy I told you, which was to divide your speech into chunks, or just use your story and your story structure, this will help you because this gives you a direction of what you are going to be talking about. Yeah. And again, if you make like a points on what that you're going to be talking about and use those connectors, also it may work. But another way is just to use story structure. So technique number 5, keep your voice active and positive. Whenever you are speaking, please don't use monotone where you speak one way, like when you speak this way and speak this way, speak this way, you speak just with a small voice from the beginning to the end. No, use your voice, use emotions, let people understand how you understand things, how you feel about what is that you're talking about. Keep the energy high and the positive. Confidence comes from sound. When you sound confident, when you sound loud, this will show that you are confident. And confidence will not come from vocabulary, only vocabulary. It will come also from your energy and the way you speak. Okay, technique number 6 is just to accept imperfection. Fluence is speed and flow, not perfection. Keep talking even if grammar may be not correct 100%. Yes, that's right. Recall yourself because the more you keep pushing yourself to speak, even if that grammar is not correct, this is showing you okay, it's okay to speak. It's okay to speak. Even if you may make a mistake, you can speak. That is great because it builds your speed and flow. And after that, when you are recording yourself, you go back and listen to where you made mistakes and know how you could have talked. That's how you do it. So let us see the easy way to follow when you are doing this 5-minute speaking formula. So use this structure when you are doing this challenge. Minute 1, you can use it as an introduction. Introduce the topic, give a general idea, and explain why it matters, why you're going to talk about this, and why it is really needed to be understood. Or speak about topics that you're going to give out and speak why these points matters. For example, I can say, today I want to talk about confidence because it's something we all need in life. So here we are getting attention of those people who are listening to us. This actually is going to attract these people's attention and you can be able to talk to them. Then minute 2, you can share your first point. Okay? You can share your first point. Give one example from your life and expand it. As I told you just to make your speech in a chunks. Instead of just speaking word by word, think about word by word. Just think idea. Think about the idea and speak about that idea. Not thinking about word by word. Just think about an idea, and that's why you can start saying. One thing I realize is that confidence grows when you take small actions. Then you describe why confidence grows when you take small actions. You describe that point, then you go to another point. Another thing that I realized, however, in addition to the other thing I told you, then that way you can speak with confidence and that will help you. Then in minute 3, you can now include main idea, second main idea. For example, you can say, you can give another perspective, or you can give a reason. You can add details, stories, or comparisons. Example, another important point is that confidence comes from preparation. That's an example. However, another thing, the thing that you have to know, those are really great way to introduce another second perspective or another lesson that somebody should listen to. Then on minute 4, you can include there like a personal story. You can tell a short story about the moment you learned something or what you overcame when you met with a certain problem. What is that you overcame? Here, when you use stories, these stories they make you sound natural and fluent. So they are really good when you're using them in your speech because they also help people to relate with what is that you are speaking about. And on minute 5, this is where you can conclude. This is where you can summarize your message and give a lesson or inspire listener to do something. Here example is, so in conclusion, confidence is a skill. The more you practice, the stronger it becomes. That's an example. So I want that we do this shadowing exercise because as I told you, this shadowing exercise is really important when it comes to speaking. So let us practice this confidence. Let us practice this confidence. Have here, confidence is not something we are born with. I want you to repeat after me. Repeat after me. Confidence is not something we are born with. It is something we build every single day. I believe confidence grows when we push ourselves into small challenges, even when we feel uncomfortable. The truth is, fear never disappears, but our courage becomes stronger. Every time you speak English, you teach your brain that it is safe to express yourself. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to show up. Confidence is simply the decision to try again, even after you make mistakes. Okay. Ndagira ngo twongere dusubiremo uko nasomaga niko cyakusoma na pause nagendaga nshyiramo akaba ribasha gusigamo ukumva uko mbisoma. Let us repeat another time. Confidence is not something we are born with. It is something we build every single day. I believe confidence grows when we push ourselves into small challenges, even when we feel uncomfortable. The truth is, fear never disappears, but our courage becomes stronger. Every time you speak English, you teach your brain that it is safe to express yourself. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to show up. Confidence is simply the decision to try again, even after you make mistakes. Okay, let's try another example of shadowing. Here, I want you to follow this rhythm that I will be talking about. Fluency comes from allowing your thoughts to move without interruption. When you stop thinking too much about the grammar, your words becomes more natural. Fluence is a rhythm, smooth flow of ideas, a dance between your thoughts and your voice. The more you listen, the more you speak. The more you speak, the more you think in English. Fluency is not about speed, it's about connection. Connecting ideas, connecting emotions, and connecting with the person you are talking to. Let us repeat another time. Fluence comes from allowing your thoughts to move without interruption. When you stop thinking too much about the grammar, your words become more natural. Fluence is a rhythm, a small flow of ideas, a dance between your thoughts and your voice. The more you listen, the more you speak. The more you speak, the more you think in English. Fluency is not about speed, it's about connection. Connecting ideas, connecting emotions, and connecting with the person you are talking to. Let me hope that was good. So let's go to these 5-minute speaking challenge instructions. We have seen the way to follow this. We have seen also what you have to make sure you use as a techniques. But let's see instructions that you need to follow. So when you're about to speak, please you can choose any topic. You can choose about confidence, dreams, travel, work, family, life lessons, or any goal you want to talk about. Then I want you to set a timer for 5 minutes. Then start speaking immediately and do not prepare. Do not be prepared. Just speak. That way you will be thinking in English. If you speak without stopping, you will be thinking in English. Use connectors. For example, you can use, first of all, actually, as I told you, there are some different connectors. To be honest, another thing is, the thing I've realized, those are conjunctions. However, those are conjunctions or connectors. Another thing is, do not allow silence longer than 3 seconds. Do not be silent more than 3 seconds. If you forget a word, describe it instead of stopping, or talk about its similarity, or speak the way that someone can understand it. For example, you can tell someone, I don't remember well the word, but let me describe it another way. Then you describe that word the way that person you were talking to will be able to understand the message you want to communicate there. So you can give their similarity or the way it looks like, but try to let somebody know what it is that you're talking about instead of just stopping that time. That's what you can do. So when you finish, listen to your recording and identify what to improve. Pronunciation, connectors you used where they were not supposed to be used, vocabulary, those vocabularies that were hard for you to talk about, then you go and learn about them, and also look at the confidence you had when you were speaking. Then another thing, which is seventh, is to repeat daily for 30 days. Do this for 30 days. Always take 30 minutes, speak, no, 5 minutes, then speak, record yourself, go back and listen to yourself. This is really something that is going to improve the way you speak. Okay, here there are some tips that I want to give you that will help you. When you are doing this challenge. After you have understood the instructions, these are tips. Tip number 1: expand every idea. Say one sentence, then add the why, an example, and the results. Yeah, don't speak a point and finish from there. Try to find a way you can expand the idea or any topic that you've given. That's the way that you have more things to talk about. And the more you speak, the more you are really helping yourself to speak a lot. So another thing I want to tell you is, instead of like replace weak words. Instead of a good, you can use variable, important, meaningful. Use some strong words. Okay, important, variable, and meaningful. Yeah, those are words that you can use. So tip number 3: use emotional language. Words like frustrated, excited, I'm overwhelmed, relieved, just to make you sound natural. Just try to learn those vocabularies that are more emotional. You can use them there. Tip number 4: use pauses for power, not fear. Just take a pause to get started with the next point. A short intentional pause make your speaking stronger. Make you speak strongly. So make sure you do it and give there some pauses. This will give you more confidence. And tip number 5 is just mirror native intonation. Just listen to native speakers the way they speak and copy the up and down melody. The way they speak up, the way they talk about something when they want to speak up, and the way they go down. Just try to imitate their intonation. Native intonation, this will help you to become more, how can I say, more native. When you're speaking language, you become more fluency. That's what I may tell you. When you listen to native speakers and try to copy the up and down melody, this is going to help you. So here are the practice topics that you can choose to practice on. Here you can use one per day and just speak for 30 days. Every day use one topic from this. For example, talk 5 minutes about a moment that changed your life. You can talk about the biggest dream you have. You can talk about a fear you overcame. You can talk about a place you want to visit and why. You can talk about the best advice someone gave you. You can talk about what confidence means to you. You can talk about a book or movie that inspired you. You can talk how you deal with challenges. You can talk about the meaning of success, a lesson life taught you. You can talk about different topics, right? So the final motivation I want to give you now is just confidence. Confidence is speaking. Confidence in speaking English is built and is not given. It's not something that you are given, it's something that you build. Every day when you work on it, you can build that confidence that you truly want. And every minute you speak is an investment in your future. If you practice challenge daily in 30 days, you will feel transformation. Your words will flow more naturally, your ideas will come faster, and your fear will begin to disappear. You do not need perfect English to sound powerful, you need courage only. What you need is a courage. Practice and consistency, those are the best things that will help you to build your confidence. Keep going because your voice matters. So, if you are ready, let's do it. It's 5 minutes challenge that you have to get started today and speak every day for 5 minutes without stopping. And this is going to improve your English and you're going to become more fluent and more confident, more than you ever thought that it could be possible. Let's apply this. I'm sure it will be a great way for you to grow and become more confident and grow your skills in English. I hope you liked this lesson, and if you did, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, like the video, and I would like to see you in the next lesson. Bye bye. You well with your teacher Isaac. I love you so much. Bye bye.